Hey guys, I was recently reading the United States Special Operations and Rescue Group, our Rescue and Special Operations Group, the RSOG manual, and I decided to put together this little kit that they talk about in there, the Last Ditch Kit. It's supposed to be something that you put in the pocket of your cargo pants in case, for some reason whatsoever, you had to ditch all your gear. So, I decided to put something together. Figured I'd do a video, talk to you guys about it. I'll go with the basis first before we get into what's in here. So what I just laid down there was a ESCE Model 5. And the reason I have this big bastard is because I feel like in that sort of a situation, a good heavy-duty knife is not going to do you wrong. Especially this one. Got a 1/4-inch thick blade. And really the selling point for me with this knife was the bow drill divot in the handle. I thought that was pretty neat. Extended tang there, beveled, act as a glass breaker. These are called Ranger beads. What they are is for keeping pace. I might do a video later explaining how that works. But as you guys saw in the other video, Glock 22, I figured that would be my carry piece. Hopefully I still have that if I'd had to ditch everything. This is a SOL heat sheet. Now these things are pretty nice. I've actually used one of these camping, and I'm not going to say I was nice and toasty, but it was better than nothing. I love how compact those are. As far as a multi-tool goes, I decided to get the Leatherman Wingman. The reason being, I mean, look how small this thing is. It's really lightweight, already has a pocket clip, so you don't really need a belt sheath, and it has everything that I need. Well, for this scenario anyway. Now, as far as this, there's a ton of stuff in here, but it weighs maybe a pound, maybe not even that. It's pretty light. It's packed tight enough that it's barely moving around in there. Let's open it up and see what's inside. First thing on top is this small cover. I've got the Randall's Adventure and Training Priorities of Survival card in here. I don't know exactly what it's called. But on top of that, there's also a Fresnel lens and the SE navigation cards in there. Which, I will say right now, I need to add a button compass in here, because without a compass, those navigational cards are worthless. Under that, we have the Starflash signal mirror. Which, these things, I think this was about 15-20 bucks, but it would be worth it in the event that you need it, because light from this is going to travel a lot farther than your voice will yelling. Underneath that, we got a few small medical things, some antiseptic, Diffin, got some ibuprofen, Afterbite, butterfly closures, band-aids, sterile non-woven sponges, small stuff like that you might need. This I was pretty impressed with. This is the actual Swiss steel sear saw. Which, no bigger than this thing is, this little saw eats. I mean, look how small that is in my hand. It's pretty crazy. Next is a Silume Chemlight. I got green because I watched a review video where the guy had all the different colors, and as far as brightness goes, green pretty much kicked everything else in the balls. You got your standard fire steel, just in case. I got 2 small snares for something such as a rabbit or a squirrel, something around that size. This is the Aquamira. I don't know if it's the Frontier or the Frontier Pro, but it's basically just a water filter, kind of similar to the Life Straw, if you know what that is. That's good for up to 30 liters. I was pretty happy I was able to fit that in there. This is actually a very large piece of foil. I folded up tight, and the reason being is I don't need to use it as a reflector, but I figure if I need to start a fire in a very wet environment, I need a quick base to do it. I just put this down, start a fire on top of it. Here's a safety pin. I actually just wrapped some medical tape around, just because I didn't feel like trying to make the room to put a whole roll in there. It's a slim rescue howler. Just like the mirror, this will travel a lot farther than your voice will, especially if you're beaten down, tired, starving, whatever. Got a small roll of gauze thrown in there. Here's a wet fire tinder tablet. I don't know if you guys have ever used these or not before, but these things are pretty amazing. You can completely submerge them in water, let them float back at the top, and light them while they're floating. Now you'd never guess it, but this is actually about 30 feet of cord. I got this thing wrapped up so tight there's absolutely no give to it whatsoever. That was not a fun job, but it works. Next on the list, I've got 4 potable aqua water purification tablets. These are good for a liter a piece, so about 4 quarts. Be good for enough water to get you through the day. Small roll of duct tape, just because you never know. If you're making some sort of shelter, especially with that heat sheet or something similar, be a good size rip in it. This would really come in handy. This is actually a packet of bouillon out of a ramen, just to replenish your salts, because this isn't for a long-term situation. This is hopefully a day. Oh, excuse me, sinuses are acting up. Here, I've got a roll of brass wire I could use for snares to accommodate those commercially made snares if need be. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate having chapped lips, so I threw a full tube of chapstick in there, unopened. Now, even though I have a fire steel, some of you are going to say it's a waste of space, but I don't care what you think, really. I got a Bic lighter just because this is your most reliable source of fire. And I specifically got the bright orange, so it'd be high visibility if I were to drop it. This I was really impressed with, the Streamlight Nano Light. This thing cost me like maybe $7, and it is bright. And it's so small. I mean, you can't beat that. This is a striker for the fire steel. I put a couple of birthday candles in here. Reason being, I watched a video once upon a time. This is something I'd never thought about. The guy was talking about maybe you're able to get a spark and you get a flame for a few seconds, or 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, and it keeps going out. You're just going to wear down your fire steel or run the fuel out on your lighter trying to relight that. With these birthday candles, you get it lit long enough, you can get one of those candles lit, you have a flame that keeps going, so then you can try to light other parts of your tinder bundle if need be. So I figured that was pretty helpful. I got a couple small zip ties in here for whatever you may need them for. A P51 can opener. These things are small, but they're pretty damn stout. Got a waterproof sack. Never know what you might need it for. And this, I'm not going to open this up because I don't feel like taking the tape off, but it is the survival fishing kit, the standard version from Adventure Survival Life. The thing is with this, actually what came in that bag was a sewing kit from the same company, and these are in use by government agencies. I was able to take all the sewing stuff out, and I had to lose a few of the fishing things that I didn't really think I needed, and I fit it all in this can. Reason being I didn't put it in here is because there is a lot of small stuff, including hooks. I didn't want the hooks piercing anything else, such as the antiseptic wipes or the bouillon or the band-aids or something like that in the kit. So I was able to fit it all in here, put the tape back around it, and the can's not bulging or anything, so it's got a clothing patch, some Kevlar thread, regular thread, different size sewing needles, a thimble, things such as that. That was, I'd say that and the fishing kit together were probably about $35, but it's really not bad for what you get. Like, once you actually open it up and take a look at it, I was pretty impressed. But yeah, that is my last ditch kit. So I mean, I fit a lot of stuff in a very small space. It's a little morale booster for you. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of tyrants. You guys have a nice day.